Hey, welcome back to another episode of Evolve Point. I don't usually start the episodes with a big hey. I don't know why I decided to mix it up this time.
It just kind of happened.
It's a Shadowverse podcast, now weekly, because there's actually stuff going on. And it's a big day today. There's no news other than the main topic, which is the biggest thing. They did a live stream.
News.
Exactly. They did a live stream just saying a bunch of updates coming to the game, and we're going to be talking about that. My name's Ignideus. I'm your host. I'm a content creator and tournament caster for Shadowverse for 9 years now. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Lord Kalen, the moderator of the Reddit and the Discord for Shadowverse. Hello.
Hello.
As well as SuchPettanko, fellow content creator, streamer, faffing about on his phone in Shadowverse Park right now. What's up?
He's got a chocolate bar.
I think that banana I just ate was diseased.
So, like, right before we started recording, Tonko's like, I'm going to get something to eat. Then he found, like, a crusty, wretched banana at the back of his cabinet or something. He's like, might as well just eat this.
It is what it is, yeah.
Lots of questionable decisions. All right, you guys ready to get into it? Or should we just talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, first of all, before we get into the actual main topic, I wanted to talk a little bit about your experiences with the Grand Prix Legends Rise Cup. Do we have any opinions on it now that it's been a couple days?
I am strongly opinionated. All right,
go for it.
Grand Prix because I love Grand Prix. I love going in, doing my dailies in Grand Prix, getting like I'd pretty much average getting 4 wins, to be honest, in Shadowverse Classic Grand Prix. You can't do that anymore. Grand Prix, you get 1 free run per stage, and the finals are free. And then 3 tickets from missions. The ticket missions are set up in a way where if you miss a day, you don't have a chance to get that ticket again. It's not just 3 missions that accumulate. They are only available for the 24-hour, or in the case of the first ticket, 14-hour window. You'll get 3 tickets. You can save them, you can spend them, doesn't matter. You're playing less Grand Prix runs, and the GP is just as hard as it used to be to win, but rewards less. It wasn't scaled up properly for the cost of packs, so winning 3 games out of your 5, you're going to get about 250, 270 rupees in a pack. That's what people call the break-even point, but there's no going infinite in Grand Prix anymore. You can't go in for 150 rupees, get 4 wins, walk out with 250 rupees, and go again. That's completely off the table. In the final stage, it's going to be easier to get wins. You're going to be able to play up to 6 games because you'll have leeway of 1 loss. You get kicked out after 2, and you can still get to 5. That's a good change, but that's about the only good change. I'm pretty disappointed with this GP, and I think going forward, they're not going to realistically improve. Back in Shadowverse Classic, GPs got better over time for the first couple. The first one, you did not get the sleeves. If you're in Group A at all, you needed to actually win games to get them. Igni missed out on the Deus Ex Machina sleeves because of that. I managed to get them, but that was a change they made over time. I did have to say that. That was a change
Brag about it.
where they listened to the community and updated the GP for the better. I'm looking at the state of GP and Worlds Beyond, and I don't think they could update it enough to make it better.
I think
they would have
I
to change
this,
a lot.
I mentioned this earlier, like, just in general, monetization is significantly worse in this game compared to Shadowverse Classic, in all of the events at least. We will talk about this a little bit later, but it's been revealed that Infinity Evolve, the upcoming set, only has 77 cards, which is significantly less than any other set has ever had in Shadowverse history.
It's almost half.
Yeah, so I think that does actually affect my calculus on how much this game costs to complete a collection. But regardless, pack prices are still up 5x from Shadowverse Classic, and the events all reward less. The only saving grace is the free tickets that you get, the daily pack that you get, which actually does have, pretty good legendary odds, at least in my experience.
I've gotten 3.
Yeah,
from just the daily packs.
And the other saving grace is, of course, the legendary pity. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, but I think it's one of those things where I guess this might be my final word on it, because I don't really want to talk about monetization every week. Because it's
relevant when a new event comes out.
Exactly. Like when there's a new event to talk about, we can talk about it. But I think the final word is basically like, and you know, agree. Like, let me know if you agree with me here. But it's like yes, the game is worse than Shadowverse Classic, and I don't begrudge anybody for being disappointed about that. But like comparable to other card games right now, and it seems like from how other people are coming into this game from other card games like Hearthstone and Snap and stuff, and they seem fine with it. So I don't know. I think they just. I honestly think, and this may be a bit cynical, that they feel like they're doing enough and that they can get away with this much and they don't have to make it as good as Shadowverse Classic. Maybe that's a bit of a cynical viewpoint, but I think that's the reality of it, you know?
What do you think, Tanko?
Like I've already exhausted so many of my opinions on the editions. Like a whole bunch of small problems that wouldn't be that big of a deal by itself, but because there's so many of these small problems, it all becomes one giant mess. Going back to Grand Prix though, I'm still fighting for my life, just trying to survive round one. Dude, it feels so much more sweaty for this Grand Prix format. It's because you only get the one free attempt. You only have 3 attempts total just throughout the entire round. Yeah. And you know what really pisses me off? You know what really grinds my gears? Those Grandmaster ticket missions. It's those kind of missions where it's specifically on that one day. So you have to log in and do that mission 3 days in a row. Mm-hmm. And that first mission, I missed that first mission because that Grand Prix mission started after I already logged in and did all my dailies for that day. So sad. I had to log in at night to do it. So it's only half a day to do that.
It had a 14-hour window instead of full 24 because they start GPs and chest events in the middle of the day for some reason.
Yeah.
Like before when they had those kind of Grand Prix missions in Classic, they would do those like a day or two before the actual Grand Prix, so there was more time to it feels even more stressful trying to qualify because there's less attempts. And once I run out of tickets, I have to spend 750 rupees.
Yeah,
and I have to win at least 3 just to barely break even.
That is crazy. I will say,
I think we can just look in retrospect now that we know card sets are 77 around that cards instead of like 130. That maybe the reason we get less packs is because we don't need more packs. Like
that's what I said. Like I think that does change my calculus,
and that's what they thought. Like that's what Cygames thought going into it, but it just hurts in the long run.
For me, like I feel like even the economy aside, like yes, it is like pretty painful that the GP rewards less compared to Shadowverse 1. That feels like a step backwards. But even the economy aside, I feel like just like not being able to enter every day feels like a QOL step back, and it just feels so much worse.
They've made GPs way more sweaty.
It's more like once I'm done with the stage,
playing anymore.
Once I'm done with the stage, like there's no real incentive for me to play it again. Like so, I just have to wait until the next stage. And like, and like if I've already qualified, there's no. It's punishing for me to use my tickets just to play the game. It means that I engage with the event less. So I don't know if I like it. You know, even with the economy aside. You know what I mean? Like the fact that
Meanwhile, on the other hand, I'm over here with like barely any time or attempts to engage with the event. I think I have like one more attempt. I'm still not qualified yet.
Yeah, you can only do one more today. You only get 3 runs per day.
Oh, is it per day?
Yeah, it's per day.
3 runs per day as well.
But you only get 3 freaking Grand Prix ticket missions, and I think
so I wasn't gonna have all the rupees to keep entering every day anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I think it is a step backwards, the Grand Prix, the way they're doing it now compared to the way they did it before. And it's kind
of hard to ignore that so much of this game is it does feel like a notable step back from Classic. And yeah, sure, Classic was perhaps too generous in some aspects, and they could afford to be a bit more like this.
Well,
but
for
there's
me,
so many things that just feel so much like a direct downgrade that it's getting exhausting.
It feels bad for the people who were here since Shadowverse Classic. That's why I feel like our perspective is so... Because everybody who's come into the game without playing Shadowverse Classic freaking loves it. So I feel like it's such... That's where the divide is coming from. Like in terms of like people yelling at each other online.
I recorded the numbers on my chest event grind, and I did that for pretty much every chest I've ever opened in Shadowverse Classic as well. Chest events now last 12 days instead of 10, so you're going to have to open 60 to get all the rewards, 60 whole chests. They are easier to obtain because you can get them back to back off wins, so they are faster to obtain. More days, faster chests. That's great. The rewards were not scaled up. Across the 60 chests I opened in this latest chest event, and this will apply to the next one as well, I got 25 to 33% of the rewards I would get from a chest event in Shadowverse Classic. They didn't scale the rupee rewards, and the vial rewards completely ruined the rupee rewards. It went from you would get about 19 packs per chest event to 7 and a couple legendaries worth of vials. That's just rough. It seems like they've just scaled down every event in order to allow less resources to players.
I mean,
And
for
it's not
me,
even just a free-to-play versus paid-player problem. It affects everyone.
for me, it's like I would have preferred them to do one or the other. One, monetize the game more heavily with cosmetics, and we'll talk about one of the announcements that they showed in the thing, which is, and the fact that they're charging like 600 crystals for sleeves for some reason is insane to me. But like, I would have preferred one or the other, right? Like, monetize the game more heavily with cosmetics, or make the economy rougher. And they're going with both ways, and I'm like, I don't know if I like this. They're kind of having their cake and eating it too. So
before we move off GP, I'm going to do a quick PSA. If you have already qualified for Stage 2 Group A in the Grand Prix, don't waste your tickets on Stage 1. Stage 2 Group A chests are worth more than Stage 1 chests. They will reward higher amounts of rupees, so you can spend your tickets in Stage 2 for better rewards. I'm not sure if this applies to Stage 2 Group B.
Well, for me, like, that would be nice. That would be nice. But I also, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like because of the limited number of runs, I should be saving it in case I don't qualify in the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just means I get less resources overall. I think it's very silly. Anyway, shall we move on to the big topic of the day? They did an entire live stream on Shadowverse official channel, but only in Japanese. It's called Shadowverse Beyond channel, and they had tons of news for what's coming up in the upcoming update for Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, coming out on July 17th with the new card set Infinity Evolved. So I'm going to read through the official patch notes, which they did update with even more details. And also, there was some stuff that they announced for the future of the game, mostly coming in Set 3 that we're going to cover as well. So first of all, detailed patch notes. There's a new card set, Infinity Evolved. And like we said, 77 new cards. So again, that does factor into my calculus now, that the game is significantly easier to complete, and that's probably why we're getting less resources. Still feels bad though, doesn't it? Also, only 3 exchange tickets instead of 4, and 2 fully animated cards instead of 3. And of the exchange tickets, we know Phylene is there, and from a leak, it's very likely that the other 2 are Titania and Ether. And then the fully animated, we have no information on yet. So there you go, Infinity Evolved. There's also been a bunch of card reveals for that, which we won't talk about in depth here because that would take a bajillion years, but you can check out the cards that have been revealed on the official website. And then, of course, they say new exchange tickets. Phylene can be, the leader, the card slot home screen background set, or the Vision set. The home screen background is absolutely out of pocket. I got some people talking in my comments like, why is Igni freaking out about this background so much? Like, it's just a background. Have you seen it? Her grippers are out, like, literally foreshortened into the screen towards your face.
It's not subtle. It's a bit more direct than usual.
The censorship town criers might have been blown out on this one. Just a little.
Yeah, honestly.
It's insane, amazing. I'm glad they're steering in this direction, actually. It's so diverse.
Side Games has not changed. They still know their primary audience, and
they still know ball, dude. They still know ball.
They just moved to safer directions like belly button and feet instead of thighs and cleavage.
All right. Well, they also say there's a new story happening in this new update. It's going to be Dial's story. And in Dial's story, there's going to be a new character, Silverius, who is going to be the BP leader as well. And also in that BP, they mentioned that the reward is, other than Silverius cosmetics, there's also a card style for Neptune, Arbiter of the Tides. So Neptune semi-leaked for Dragoncraft. Maybe more aggro support. We'll see. Pretty cool. And then, just for logging in, you have to collect it before the third set comes out. So you don't get them all retroactively. But just for logging in, you do get one of 7 decks from each class. 1 for each class. you get to choose one to obtain for free. Just a free pre-built just for logging in, which I think is great. If they do this for every set, I think it's really smart. It means that no matter when you start the game, you're always going to have an entry point to start playing. And like, if you're one trick a class, you can always just pick the same class, and then it helps you build your collection for that class massively. I think this is a great change.
And I'll tell you, the default decks you get from the Legend Rise pre-builds, they can get you through the first couple of ranks, and you're going to learn the class with them.
Oh yeah, no, especially the Forest one too. Yeah, or the Artifact Portal one. Yeah.
So that'll work to a lesser extent as the game goes on and people get better at the game, even in the lower ranks. But the pre-built decks are a great feature. It is a shame it looks like there won't be a way to earn or buy the other.
Would have been nice, right? Would have been nice.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
nice.
The fact that you get one for free in this set, and hopefully every set going forward, is insane. And I think that's a fantastic change.
There's a pretty low likelihood.
Listen, I just want to be clear here. We need to give them credit where credit's due, but we also need to call them out when they're doing badly. That's the entire point. So,
just in case, it's a pretty low likelihood, but if there are any viewers listening to the podcast right now that haven't actually started playing yet and plan to when the next set releases, start now, because you'll be able to get the Legends Rise pre-built and the deck next month or next expansion as well. Exactly. Now is the best time going forward to play the game. Sure, launch was the best time to start, but now is the next best time.
Mm-hmm. To give some context, like here's one uncommon dub compared to Shadow's Classic is that in Classic, they would give us temporary decks every expansion. So we got a structure deck every set, but it was only temporary that would expire at the end. So we get to actually keep these decks. So
there was also pre-built decks way back in the early days. The first pre-built decks were they just contained some legendaries, no cosmetics or anything, and nobody really bought them. The second set of pre-built decks had like Alt Art Forte and another good legendary, and the second set of pre-built decks were premium, but they were crystal only. They weren't given away.
Yeah, they just stopped doing those after a while too. So having consistent decks that's neat. That's cool.
I just think it's a great idea. Like the fact that they're giving away a deck every set so that no matter when you play, you have an in is just really good for maintaining a steady flow of new players,
Especially since the new sets going forward are going to be small, so just getting one legendary in a 70 card pool is like that's easy.
That's big. That's big. Yeah. And then also there's release celebration missions. So you do 3 days of missions that award 10 pack tickets in total, similar to the one that happened in Legends Rise. And then I believe as well, because of the guests on the live stream doing a little mini game where they kick a ball into a bunch of boxes, we also get 10 additional packs on top of that, I think. So there you go. Yeah. Which is pretty cool. So 20 free packs and a free deck just for logging in. Pretty cool. And then they also are adding new supplies to the shop. Shadowverse Evolve card style set. And I believe those are for Ceres, Forte, and the Fairy Circle card. No, what's it called?
I have no idea. The Fairy Tamer. The 1/1 for 2, I believe it was.
Is it? No, it's not. It's a spell.
It's not the spell?
It's a spell.
Is it a spell that adds 2? Okay, it might be that one. Yeah, these are going to be crystal.
Yeah, Fairy Convocation. Sorry, I was just trying to find the name. Yeah, because in Classic it was called Fairy Circle.
Purely cosmetic. Yeah. In the shop. Hopefully they stay in the shop forever.
That would be nice.
Hopefully they're reasonably priced. I'll buy the Forte one if it's reasonable.
The next piece of news is
with my crystals.
Speaking of crystals, the next piece of news is one that actually pissed me off. So now when you buy crystals, you get crystal points, and they expire by the end of the set. And the more crystal points you accumulate, the more rewards you get, including legendary card packs, Seer's Globes, Seer's Gems, and maybe even sleeves and emblems. This really pissed me off because obviously I already bought a bunch of crystals right when the game launched. And now I just get screwed over for that decision. It feels like I'm just... Yeah, there's no retroactive...
The crystal top-up bonus, no retroactive for Legend Rise. It just doesn't exist for that set. I would say most whales, probably what they did, like we did, was spend a load of money on day one and then not plan to spend money for another couple months, maybe even longer. Yeah. I spent a lot of money, and it is not reasonable for me to spend any more
Yep.
So these top-up bonuses, they would have to be kind of crazy to justify.
I think it actually is like a huge middle finger to the players who bought crystals early, and it sucks. And there's like no bones about it. It sucks.
Yeah, and the thing is, if this was around at launch, no one would bat an eye. It wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, like the fact that it's not retroactive, so like if they put like a Zernitra sleeve in the next one and I have to buy more crystals, that's so lame, dude. Like I hate that. Anyway, but no,
they do expire too, so if you're going to be spending crystals, you're going to be incentivized to buy crystals to get that threshold for another reward. So.
And if you want to collect all the cosmetics, you have to spend crystals every set now, so...
You're going to have to spend, and then you're not going to know what the cosmetics are for the next set either. Like, if we're lucky, they'll announce all of the crystal top-up bonuses before the set is out, so that in future, you'll be able to wait till the last day of the set to buy crystals.
It's just horrible. What
is in the next
I hate it so much.
It's a bad feature. Yeah. I don't like it.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're all pretty mad about that.
Next up, they are adding puzzles back into the game, and one cool new feature is that the puzzles are now aimed towards newer players to help them spot lethals and play patterns and stuff. So you can ask Yudi for a hint up to 3 times each puzzle, and they also added a new feature that lets you rewind step by step rather than having to redo the whole puzzle if you make a mistake. So that's actually pretty cool. I'm glad that's a thing.
Yeah. As it is right now, the current tutorials that are in the game are so hand-holdy that they don't teach you anything because they don't let you think for yourself. You just do what Yudi tells you to do. These will be nice.
Yep. Next up, they said that they're going to... Wait, what? This update will mark the start of Master Point Ranking Season 1. I thought it was going to be on the Set 3 update.
No. Set 3 is going to be Grandmaster added, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm going to have to issue a correction on my video then, because I thought it was all in Set 3. Okay, so let me do a correction right now then. Set 2, we're going to have Master Point Ranking Seasons. You climb the ranks by accumulating Master Points, and then the higher you get, maybe top 10k, top 1k, you get rewards, and then there's also the top 3 gets a special flair. There's going to be more details later, but there you go. And then set 3, they're going to add the Grandmaster rank. So I'm going to have to issue a correction on my video
I'm
there.
skeptical it's going to be top 10k because there's so many players. There's millions of players, and the top 10k is so much smaller of a percentage cut.
That just means it's going to be a lot more tight. You have to work for that stuff.
It's going to be more competitive to get those extra vials and packs and stuff.
Literally, as you're talking, I'm issuing a correction on my video now. Okay, there you go. Because it was unclear from the translation originally, but now they just put it straight up into the detailed patch notes. So there you go. Next up, we also get a new feature called the Master Menu, which lets you view your total Master Points and Master Point ranking for each season. This was also available in Shadowverse 1, so there you go. And they're also adding a new battle tutorial for Wardhaven, because we're actually getting Wardhaven support with the new Wilbert. So it's a real archetype now, and they're making a tutorial for it. So that's another free rupees that you can get for doing that tutorial, I guess. I assume. They're also adding new avatar items, the Aloha shirt, the summer frilly top, and the beach sandals. Yay!
That's me.
And then they're also changing.
Are those crystals? I have to get those.
I assume
I've got no idea.
I assume they're rupees from the in-game clothes store, but
they might appear in the chest as well. The pop chest.
That's my representation. I love Alola.
Yeah, and now that we actually do this podcast, you have an excuse to buy new clothes. I mean, look at you. You're wearing that Swordcraft t-shirt. Disgusting.
Sword,
what are you doing?
Class.
Igni, you are not one to talk while wearing that.
Yeah, this Triton shirt is so ugly, dude.
I mean, I was wearing that last week, and yeah, it's such ass. But
also, they're updating the park chest lineup, so as expected, you can now get cards and tickets for Infinity Evolved. They actually misspelled Infinity in this patch notes here.
Nice.
They spelled it as Infinity. Nice.
Ignifinity?
Infinity.
That just means they're human.
And then card pack tickets for Legends Rise are no longer available, blah, blah, blah. And here are the QL features. Missions are now refreshed at the same time every day. New missions will replace those that have been cleared, while progress is retained for ongoing missions. Note, in accordance with this adjustment, all missions will be reset after this maintenance, regardless of progress. So Yes, now it's no longer a 21-hour timer from the moment you finish a mission. They just reset at the same time every day, meaning you can just log into Shadowverse whenever you want within a 24-hour period, and you don't have to feel guilty about being busy or whatever and missing out on rewards. So
yeah,
it's great.
It made no sense that they were using the old classic formula of 20-hour wait. So thank God, a good change.
Yeah, everybody complained about this, and
this is Cygames listening to the community when the community were loud enough about something as well.
All right, next up, Shadowverse Park features. Park quests that involve battling will no longer have to be cleared without players quitting. So now you can actually clear them as long as there are no early forfeits.
So this is probably related to people trolling by just starting battles and then quitting.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
So, don't top left until like the 4th or 5th turn, maybe?
And I think once it says can evolve, it'll pass the requirement.
And then thank God there's going to be a dedicated friends button to the Shadowverse Park screen now. Baffling that wasn't there before. That the only way to access your friends list was to click message and then friends. Stupid. Yeah. This is great. So nice. Players now also can use all the stickers they have obtained when spectating. So there you go. Can now spam the ding dong sticker. And now you can use the AI tips beta feature when starting a practice match from within the battle screen. You don't have to quit out to the lobby of the practice match. So there you go. Cool. Also,
when Beauty tells me to jump, I jump.
the edit avatar screen will be updated. They're gonna add a reset buttons that lets players remove all their clothes, and also a button that lets you hide UI. Cool. And the guild tab in free chat will no longer be displayed for players that do not belong to a guild. When pressing on another player's emblem in messages, certain options will now be displayed, maybe to block them or something, I don't know.
Yeah, probably blocking, I'd say.
And when pressing on another player's avatar or message sent in free chat, you will now be able to check their username, recruit them to your guild, or open the manage user screen. Okay, that's where you block them. Okay, there you go. Cool. If you cannot send a friend request or recruit the player you press to your guild, the build buttons will not be displayed, and also these options will now display on PC if you press on another player's avatar. Cool. There's also going to be a new button that lets you change the camera view and on the edit room screen. Nice. And then the display order of the following assets will be changed in the edit avatar screen. Why? Very odd.
Just some clothing. Yeah.
Havencraft T, Portalcraft T, Abysscraft T, Havencraft Pants, Portalcraft Pants, Abysscraft Pants, Metallic Cat's Ears Phone, and Link's Mate Phone. That's very odd. Who cares? Okay. Next up. They're going to add additional stats to the battle log to keep track of conditions that must be fulfilled, including the rally count for Swordcraft. So there you go. Because rally is being added back into the game with this new set, now we have more stats in the battle log. Also, visual adjustments are being made for the VFX. At the end of your opponent, destroy this card. The cracks will be more visible because a lot of people keep trading into Doomright Resurgence, I guess.
Yeah, that was a new player filter. People are always crashing into the guys.
They're going to make the cracks even more visible, which is very silly. And also the visual effects and animations when fusing have been sped up. Thank God.
Oh,
cool. Artifact getting buffed? No.
There's also a new setting where you can have a confirmation dialogue before playing cards with fusion. You can choose to include fused cards, unfused cards, or to disable the confirmation dialogue. And also a setting to increase the size of cards while they're in your hand. Very cool.
Well, speaking of fusion, they actually revealed a couple of cards like as we were recording. Forest has a fusion now, apparently.
Oh, cool. We'll talk about. Well, I don't think we're going to talk about card reveals in this podcast.
Yeah, it's not necessary, but
it's going to take a bajillion years. But I'll probably have a separate video about that later. Yeah,
we are in a reveal cycle. They're not waiting until the last day to reveal all the cards this time, so that's cool.
So again, this update's coming on July 17th. So we're recording on the 11th right now, so only 6 days from now. Then there's a bunch of bug fixes. They fixed Rodeo, they fixed spectating, they fixed premium emblems. An issue with private matches on battle tables, spectate host, spectate guest setting, display issues with attack animations, sound issues in Shadowverse Park, amulets on PC, critical trials display issue, matchmaking in Shadowverse Park, knockout table stage screen display issue with the shortcut wheel and park chess on PC, guild message notifications, private match notations, deleting messages, avatars in the guild lounge, and issue with crystals in the avatar shop. Okay. So just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. So there you go.
So they still can't fix like logging out incorrectly, logging out weird, and getting an error message from Park? Because I'm still getting that.
I
I'm
get
still
an
getting those all
error
the time.
every time.
Yeah.
Very
It's
odd.
not a big deal. It's just kind of weird.
Well, I mean, hopefully this sets a precedent that, there are going to be fixing things going forward, but, there you go. So that's the immediate updates, but then also on the reveal stream, they revealed a couple of more things that weren't even in this update, right? So first of all, there's a new card for Haven called Sharetta Angelic Maid, and there's going to be a card style for her that you can get. That's one thing that wasn't in this patch notes. There's also
you get that from completing the set 2 compendium.
Mm-hmm. There's also a lobby match for set 2, similar to the event that happened in set 1. So just play your lobby match every day, and you might be able to actually get real yen from this, but I don't know if that applies if you're outside of Japan. So either way, just do your lobby matches and you'll be fine. They also announced that there's going to be a casual weekly lobby tournament after the regular one. That's just an 8-man, maybe for people who want to practice or want to have like a little bit of a lower stress environment. So they're going to be testing that out soon.
Maybe.
Yep. That's going to be starting on the 19th as well. So pretty close to when the set comes out. Then they also announced that a couple of competitive tournament updates, which is pretty important. So of course, Rage Shadowverse Japan Championship and the Online Championship. The Japan Championship you have to be in Japan to participate in, but it is open to international players. And then the Online Championship is actually happening very soon on the 23rd of August. And it's open to anybody. It's run by the Japanese side, but you can enter even if you're not Japanese. So I highly recommend that you do. And they also announced a new BO1 tournament that has prize money and qualifies you to a day 2 of a major. That's also going to be in sometime in August, and they're going to be holding beta tests for each of these so that you can get used to the system and know what you're doing before the real thing comes around, which I think is pretty smart. So people don't like mess up on the day and get mad. So they're having beta test periods for these. For the BO1 tournament, it's on 26th of July. For the City League, which is not applicable to us, I believe, because that's only in Japan, but that's on the 2nd of August. And then for the Online Championship, it's going to be on the 10th of August. So pretty cool there. Also, the Shadowverse Pro League, which is, it's not an open, it's an invitational for actual esports teams, but that starts on the 3rd of August, and you can watch that too, which is pretty cool. Then there's also the student battles that are happening. Again, not really relevant to people in our audience, I believe, unless you're a Japanese schoolboy, but there you go. And there's also the Shadowverse spot battles that are also only in Japan. But then outside of that, they also announced a new event for Shadowverse Park called the Shadowverse Battle Fest, where you join a team, either Team Dragon Sign, Team Foresight, or Team Puppet, and then you earn points for that team by battling, spectating, or taking photos in park or opening packs. And you also gain rewards individually by doing things like that. But the team who has the most points will get their preferred team, like the Dragon Sign, Foresight, or Puppet. They get a new card style distributed to everybody in the game for free, and then the other 2 losers will be put in the shop instead. So
they showed a silhouette of Kuon for the Foresight, and I would assume that the Puppet altar is going to be the altar that's in Shadowverse Evolve, which features Orcus in the art with like Merit Uno or something like that. So
maybe.
Yeah, so and just considering the play rate on Portal, Portal's winning this. I'm
Team Dragon Sign all the way though,
and Petty's not going to have any kind of sympathy for us. He's going to go hard on Portal too.
Yeah,
you're going to get points by like taking photos and stuff. I love that. I've been taking so many photos in.
Yeah, I will say it is very cool that even people who are bad at the game get to contribute to their team by snapping photos and opening packs and stuff. That's cute. Also, all participants will win prizes, and at the end of the event, 100 representatives from each team will be chosen to participate in a climax battle, which I think is the one that decides the ultimate winner of the event. So there you go. If you get chosen, step up to the plate. There you go. I think this is very cool. I think it's really innovative for a digital card game to be using the shared space in this way to like emulate like an actual multiplayer community event. Because I feel like a lot of times with digital card games, it can often feel very isolating because you're just slamming a ladder all the time and not interacting with anybody. It might as well be a single player game, right? But with Shadowverse Park and events like this, it really does make Worlds Beyond feel like a multiplayer game, and I just love that.
Yeah, it makes it feel a lot more lively.
They also announced changes to Take-Two. So Take-Two is still being planned for the third card set, so that's going to be in August. But they announced a couple of changes. First of all, you get to choose between every class rather than a random choice of 3, which is how it was in Shadowverse Classic. You get a preview of the 2 high rarity cards, you can draft within that class. And this is a very interesting one. For classes that are worse in the format, they get more rerolls to balance the draft format.
Yep.
So, I don't know about that part.
So if Portalcraft is really, really good in the game, maybe you get 2 rerolls per picking period. But what if Forestcraft is really, really bad? What if they get 4 rerolls? So pretty cool that they added a balancing feature.
That's interesting because that's the game admitting that your class is fake.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we all know that some classes are fake in Take-Two. Like, it's not a secret. Yeah. So this is good that they're fixing it, you know? There you go.
Rune was historically pretty bad because you'd like get a bunch of spell boost and a bunch of dirt and they didn't work together.
They tried to fix it with the under 20 archetype and that didn't work either. So,
We're going to be able to just see 2 of the high tier cards we're going to get as well, which is going to make it much more.
I mentioned that earlier.
Dude, that's an Open 6 reference. You guys remember Open 6?
Yeah, that is an Open 6 reference. You're right.
Like, I could decide whether I want to play Sword or Dragon based off what legendaries show up first.
It's pretty cool. I like this change a lot.
I absolutely love not being able to draft more than 2 of any one card because some cards are so crazy that if you get 5 of them, it's a free run.
Yes, that's true. You literally cannot draft more than 2 of any one card. That's another change that they introduced with this set. And also, they changed the format. So now if you lose 2, you're immediately out, but you can win up to 7. So
this is a terrible change. This is max. I think terrible.
The maximum you can get is 8 games. You lose 1, you win 7. But yeah, that's pretty rough. Like if you're bad at the draft format, you don't get to participate and earn more prizes even after losing a bit.
You could spend 750 rupees, get a really good draft, get unlucky twice, and you're done. You don't get a chance at those other 5 games.
Honestly,
that's pretty disappointing.
Honestly, I almost like this change because there's nothing more tilting than keep like committing to a run and losing all 5 or 4 games or whatever. I've had so many runs like that where it's just like I just wasted my time. I just wasted like a full hour.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't love this change either, but I do like that you can win more, and I hope, fingers freaking crossed, that they do scale up the rewards so that at baseline you can go infinite. Like if you can't go infinite, this would be a sucky format. Like I think if you're good at draft, there must be an option for you to go infinite. Like there must be.
And that's not just getting a card pack ticket and 250 gold. That's got to be 750 rupees.
Yeah. And then what else we got? Yep, there's also going to be a Take-Two ranking, matching you against players of a similar skill level. And they also announced a bunch of flares that you can earn. If you win with all 7, you got to Take-Two Master Flare. There's also when you select your Supreme Flare, etc. and so forth. So pretty cool. Then, yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting, but I really need to see the rewards table on this, because if you are not allowed to go infinite on this, it sucks. But if a good player can go infinite, then it's fine.
I think the player base just available for Take-Two is going to be really problematic, because in Shadowverse Classic, you would log in and get a free Take-Two run every 15 days.
Yeah. That's
gone.
Yeah, that's gone. If they don't give us enough Take-Two tickets to incentivize to even play in the first place, it's kind of a tough call demanding people to spend rupees to enter every time.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that's it. That's literally all the news. There you go. Other than the card reveals, I guess. I don't know. I think it's kind of a mixed bag. Crystal Points really piss me off, but other than that, mostly good news, I think. So, Yeah,
I'd say that's good. Mostly across the board.
I think the reveal that each set is only 77 cards really does make this game significantly cheaper than I thought it was.
It's gonna streamline.
It's a weight off the shoulders.
Yeah.
It's probably only going to be 2 legendaries per craft each expansion. Back in Darkness Evolved, which this is obviously a throwback to Darkness Evolved, especially with the naming scheme, there was only 1 legendary per class. Frankly, that wasn't enough. Like Dragon got shafted in that. We were lucky we had Fort because we got Dragon
Song Flute.
And Dragon Song Flute is not the same flute that you can look at in game now. It was really bad. Going forward from that, they went up to 2 and then eventually 3 when they introduced mini expansions. I think 2 is a good spot. The duality of the legendaries getting added as well.
Yeah.
You'd be able to have your attractive woman and disgusting monstrous man or monster.
Yeah, that's good. I like how you said monstrous man or monster. No other option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, mostly good news. Crystal points piss me off. 77 cards really does make the game significantly cheaper than I thought it was. But there you go.
I think now that we have a lot more information about how card packs are going to work, and we've actually experienced the card pack point system, 350 for the guaranteed pity is too damn high because they expect you to open less card packs each expansion.
Yeah.
And there is so much more in each card pack.
Yes, but also
obviously with the caveat, it's just cosmetics.
I was going to say, it's just cosmetics, and it's also less than Shadowverse 1 was. This is the one part where it's actually fine, like compared to the original.
I don't know.
It's really, really annoying, but it's not that. It's really annoying, but it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. It's just if you're a collector like me that has to get both both a fully animated and also multiple leaders, and it's like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, Tanko's going to be stuck in the Legends Rise mines for a while because he's got to get the fully animated UD, which he already has, but then he has to get the Orcus leader and the Orcus card style at least.
I'm not going to be collecting Legends Rise card pack tickets anymore, so it's just going to be rupees from here on.
Yep. It's going to be there till the day he dies. So
your daily logins, I mean, not that they affected the pity in the first place, but they're also going to shift over.
Oh, those suck anyway. I never bought anything from those anyway.
Oh, yeah, dude, I disagree. My daily packs have been really good. I've been getting legendaries in my dailies.
I got another Jean today. I got 3 from my dailies, and if there are 1 in 8 and fair odds, then the daily login packs are working just fine.
Yeah, pretty good.
I've never got legendary from my daily, man. Screw you guys.
It's just a skill issue.
I'm not getting golds. I swear I've gotten more legendaries than golds from packs.
All right. Well, I think that's all the news. Shall we just head on to the viewer questions then before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I suppose so. Mm-hmm.
Viewer question was, what do you want to see from set 2? We asked that question before this stream was announced. Now let's see if anything was right. I really want a good... Oh, so this is from Mark... I don't know how to read that, and I'm not going to try for fear of saying it wrong. I really want a good Earthright legendary, but besides that, I want to see if the man as old as dirt is back. Levi, Wizardess of Oz, and maybe a new Bahamut. Well, you are getting an Earthright legendary, it turns out, but she's just Sylvia, but more expensive, so congratulations.
She is the Scepter Seeker. She doesn't look that special, but Mordecai with Aura is actually like substantially surprisingly decent in
I just think it's so sad
Morty already had Aura.
She literally gets soloed by one Medusa without spending an evolve point, and that feels really bad.
That is true, yeah.
She also does get soloed by Garyu, and that feels bad too. Oh fuck, boys, I spilled my Milo on my table. So we're just gonna have to wrap this up real quick.
Lucky.
Next person says Cage. I want to see Burial Right back. Too bad we get Rally back instead. And then finally, Chuang Chao says, I want to play Shop Rune in Worlds Beyond. I hope they will not make the shop a legendary. That's a hot take to want Shop Rune back.
I want to say it's too early to bring back shop. They did bring back shop for Evolve, and it's also really toxic. To give context, item shop is it's a burn deck where you effectively play like 1 to 0 followers and just burn OTK the opponent in one turn.
Yeah, because every time you play a spell, it does 2 damage to a random enemy. Then you just play a bunch of 0-cost spells and
very exciting.
Or negative cost spells.
Yeah,
in the case of some things they had.
In summary, yes, Earthright legendary, no Burial Right, yes, Rally, and the Shop Rune guy, you should be strung up in the town square and pelted with rotten tomatoes, maybe. All right.
String him up and talk. We've got this big area we can put a gallows.
Next up, of course, before we wrap up the episode, we have the next viewer question, which is, what Battlefest team will you join? This is less of an open-ended one this time, so I'm going to have in the comments, maybe I'll just put like 3 different comments: Dragon Sign, Foresight, and Puppet, and you guys just like which one you're going to be part of, and then whoever gets the most likes next episode wins. So
do a community poll too.
Participate in the comments below. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Evolve Point, or should I say Super Evolve Point. Please check out the podcast, not only on YouTube, but we're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and all the other podcatchers. It would really help the show a lot if you could listen to the other platforms. Otherwise, I might just stop uploading to the other platforms because that's like probably going to be losing me money doing that. So, yeah. Other than that, you can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Ignideus. You can find Kaylin on Twitter and on the Reddit and Discord. And you can find SuchPettanko on Twitch and YouTube at SuchPettanko as well. Is that all for today, boys? Anything you want to say before we end the episode?
You will find my summon sign in lobby 20,000 dancing with my little light sticks.
That he spent 500 crystals on.
Only 300. I spent 500 on this room we're recording in.
That's true. And it was worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You will find me and my Haru Urawa in last place at the Arima Kinen.
Yep. He's just addicted to Uma
I got there
Musume.
eventually.
Uma Pyoi, Kibi no Aibaga, etc. and so forth. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.